Under the biggest smart glasses review of the month, somebody asked a simple question. Does the translation work offline, or does it need an internet connection? The channel replied, the review doesn't confirm that. Someone else asked whether the translation handles technical jargon or just casual speech. Same answer. The review doesn't confirm that. Someone asked how it performs in a noisy room. Doesn't confirm that. I counted 7 times that exact phrase appeared in one comment section. 7 basic questions about the headline feature, all unanswered. So let's answer them. Here is what this video is. Not a review of one pair of glasses. A guide to getting live translation working on whatever glasses you already own or are about to buy, including the ones that do not advertise translation at all. There are 3 ways to do this. One of them costs nothing extra and works on almost any pair with a speaker in it. And I have not seen a single video explain it. Then the 9 things that actually break translation in the real world, because the demos you have seen were all filmed in a quiet room with 2 people speaking slowly. And there is one problem that no pair of glasses on the market has solved. It is not latency. It is not accuracy. I'll get to it about 2/3 in. And once you see it, you will understand why nobody demos this feature properly. Method 1. Native translation. The glasses do it themselves. Microphone picks up speech. It gets processed. The translated text appears in the display or comes through the speaker. This is what Halliday and a handful of others are selling. It is the cleanest experience and the most expensive route. Method 2. Phone tethered. The glasses are the microphone and the speaker. Your phone does the actual translation work, using either the manufacturer's companion app or a general translation app. This is what most people are actually using, whether they realize it or not, and it is the route that works on far more hardware than Method 1. Method 3. And this is the one nobody covers. Any glasses with a speaker and a microphone can do translation, because to your phone, they are just a Bluetooth headset. Open a translation app that supports conversation mode. Pair your glasses as the audio output. The app listens through the glasses microphone, translates, and speaks the result into your ear. No special features required. No translation branding on the box. It is clunkier than native. You are managing an app instead of tapping your temple. But it costs nothing. It works today, and it works on audio-only glasses that cost a fraction of the display models. If you were about to spend serious money purely for translation, try Method 3 first with whatever you own. You may find it is enough. The single most important question anyone asked, and it came in exactly this form. Are these usable alone? Or like most translation products, do they require a connection to your phone? This matters more than any spec, because it determines whether you can actually use them where you need them. Think about when you need translation. Landing in a country where you do not speak the language, which is precisely when you have no local data, your phone is on roaming or airplane mode, and your battery is being rationed. If your glasses need your phone, and your phone needs a network, then your translation feature does not work in the exact scenario you bought it for. So ask this before you buy, in these words. Does translation run on the device with no phone connected? And if not, does the phone need an active internet connection? There are 4 possible answers, and only one of them is genuinely portable. Fully on device with no phone. That is the good one. On device but requires the phone as a relay. Works on a plane, works with no signal. Phone app with downloaded offline language packs. Works with no signal, but you must remember to download the packs before you travel. Cloud only. Needs internet. Useless at the border. Most of what is being sold is that last one, and almost nobody says so. That was the most upvoted question in the whole harvest. 2 separate people asked it about 2 separate features. Here is the mechanical reason it is confusing. Translation is not one process, it is 3, and they can each run in a different place. Speech recognition, turning sound into text. Translation, turning text in one language into text in another. And speech synthesis, turning that text back into a voice. Any of those 3 can run on the device or in the cloud. A product can honestly advertise offline translation, while one of the 3 stages still quietly needs a network. So the test is not the marketing claim. The test is this. Put the thing in airplane mode and try it. If your return window is long enough, that should be the first thing you do before you even take the tags off. And the practical rule, whichever product you buy, download your language packs on your home Wi-Fi the day before you travel, not at the airport. An owner wrote this. Making the translation feature faster would help conversations flow more naturally. Even small delays can feel awkward. He's being polite. Let me be blunt about the maths. A natural conversational gap between 2 people is under a second. If translation adds even 2 seconds each way, then every single exchange takes 4 seconds longer than a normal one. 4 seconds of silence while you both stand there. That is not a small delay. That is the point at which the other person starts to wonder whether you understood, repeats themselves, and now the system is translating an overlapping repetition. This is why every translation demo you have ever seen is 2 people speaking in slow, complete complete, well-formed sentences with generous pauses. That is not a conversation. That is a performance for a camera. 2 things that genuinely help, whichever product you use. Speak in short, complete sentences and stop. Do not trail off. Do not self-correct mid-sentence, because the recognizer will faithfully transcribe your hesitation. And tell the other person what is happening. Show them the glasses. A person who knows there is a delay will wait through it. A person who does not will assume you are confused and start talking louder. Direct from the harvest. The translation feature looks useful, but I'd like to see it tested in a noisy place. Nobody has tested it in a noisy place. I looked. Every demo is a quiet room. And this is the failure mode that matters most, because where do you actually need translation? A market, a train station, a restaurant, a taxi. Every one of those is loud. Here's the physical problem. The microphones on a pair of glasses are on your face, pointing at whatever is around you. They are close to your own mouth and far from the other person's. So they hear you clearly and hear them poorly, which is exactly backwards from what translation needs. Some devices use beamforming to focus on a direction. Whether that survives a crowd is a completely different question, and it is not on any spec sheet. The workaround? And it is inelegant, but it works. In a loud environment, hand your phone to the other person and let their voice go into the phone microphone while your voice goes into the glasses. 2 microphones, each close to the person it is meant to hear. It looks slightly ridiculous. It also works, which is more than the elegant version does at a busy market stall. This is the one I flagged at the start. Here is the question that exposed it. And it is quietly the smartest thing anyone asked in the whole harvest. Can you pair another speaker to it for translation? Or can your phone speaker also speak for you? Sit with why someone would ask that. Translation on glasses solves exactly 1/2 of a conversation. It tells you what they said. The audio goes into your ear privately, which is the entire appeal. But how does the other person hear the translation of what you said? They do not. Not from your glasses. The speaker is aimed at your ear. So unless the other person is also wearing a pair, which they are not, you have bought a one-way device for a 2-way problem. You understand them. They still do not understand you. Every product demo hides this by having both people wear the glasses, or by using it for something that is genuinely one way, like reading a sign or following an announcement, which tells you what these are actually good at today. Signs, menus, labels, documents, genuinely excellent and one way by nature. Announcements, lectures, tours, a video, also genuinely good. Real back and forth conversation with a stranger, half solved. The workaround is the one that commenter was reaching for. Route the output to your phone speaker for your half of the conversation, so they hear it out loud and keep their half coming into your ear. Some apps let you do that. Whether your glasses will let you split the audio that way is device specific. That is the unsolved problem. Not accuracy, not speed. The fact that a private earpiece cannot talk to a second person. Somebody asked, does the translation handle technical jargon or just casual speech? Nobody answered. So here is what to expect based on how these systems work. Everyday conversational language is handled well. That is what these models are overwhelmingly trained on. Domain jargon degrades. Medical terms, legal language, engineering specifics, industry slang. These get approximated into whatever nearby common word fits, and the failure is silent. You will not be told it guessed. Names, places, and brands degrade badly because they are not really translatable and the system tries anyway. Strong regional accents and dialects degrade the most, and this is the one that will affect people most in practice. A language spoken with a heavy regional accent, or a local dialect that is not the standard form the model was trained on, can drop accuracy off a cliff. If your use case involves a specific dialect, test that specific dialect inside your return window. Do not test it on the standard textbook version of the language. And a rule for anything that matters: never make a decision with real consequences on a machine translation you cannot verify. Medical, legal, financial, contractual. Use it to get the gist, then get a human. For anyone buying display glasses specifically to read translated subtitles, this beat is for you. A commenter said it precisely. The brightness spec sounds okay, but I'm skeptical about visibility in direct sunlight because every green monochrome display I've tried loses contrast outdoors. He is describing something real. A small transparent display has to compete with everything behind it. Indoors, that is easy. In direct sun, you are asking a tiny projector to outshine daylight. Another commenter put the other half of it bluntly. The monochrome display makes it fall off the ladder. Monochrome is fine for text. Translation is text. So for this specific use case, monochrome is not the compromise it sounds like. But there is a related gap several people raised independently, and it is a real one. There are no sunglass options. Two separate people asked for tinted or sunglass versions, one specifically because of light-sensitive eyes. Think about where you use translation. Travel, outdoors, bright places, and the product only comes with clear lenses. So you are squinting through the exact conditions you bought it for. Last one. And it is the question I liked most because it is the one a practical person asks. What happens if the battery is low? Does it just function as ordinary glasses and not with the AI features? Yes, and that is worth planning around rather than being surprised by. Translation is one of the most power-hungry things these devices do. Microphone live, processing running, display or speaker active, often a network connection open. This is not the standby figure on the box. So 3 habits. Never rely on glasses as your only translation method. Keep the phone app installed with offline packs downloaded. As a fallback, learn where the manual controls are so you are not fumbling when it fails in front of someone. And know that in the failure state, you are wearing a normal pair of glasses, which is fine, as long as you have not stood there assuming the machine has your back. One more from the harvest, on long-term risk. Someone asked whether replacement battery modules are sold separately, and whether they will still be available a year from now. That is the right question for any device with consumable parts from a young company. Check accessory availability before you buy, not after. So, how do you get live translation on any smart glasses? If you already own audio glasses, use method 3. Pair them as a Bluetooth headset. Use a translation app's conversation mode with offline packs downloaded. Free works today. If you are buying specifically for translation, buy for the job. Reading signs, menus, and documents, or following one-way speech is genuinely solved. Two-way conversation with a stranger is half solved, and no product on the market fixes the output problem. And if your use case is a heavy regional dialect, in loud places, outdoors, with no reliable data connection, then honestly, the current generation is going to disappoint you. Better to know that now than after the return window closes. The unsolved thing I promised. A private earpiece cannot speak to a second person. Every other complaint in this video gets fixed by the next hardware generation. That one is a design problem, not a spec problem. Links below are affiliate links, which costs you nothing. Next one is Samsung's glasses from Galaxy Unpacked against Meta's Ray-Bans. Subscribe if you want it.